Yo, I'm a college graduate, but do you need to be a college graduate? Do you need to go to school? Can you drop out? Maybe you can drop out. Stay in school! You don't have to stay in school, guys, and here's why.
What's up, guys? This is 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗦, and you have reached the Roughneck's Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're going to find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
All right, guys, so I'm college educated, right? I got a college degree from Penn State. Yo, big shout out. So if you guys are new, you just learned something. Now, I'm not saying that you guys need to be college educated. What I'm saying is college was the right choice for me. It may not be the right choice for you, all right? And let me explain. Now, because I wanted to get into software engineering, most of the top level companies require that you have some form of classical training in the form of a degree. There are companies that will hire you with, like a code camp certificate or whatever, but the top tier ones, in order to be, like a lead engineer, you need to have a college education. Now, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, something like that, you need a college degree because there's a lot of intangibles that you're going to get during college. We're going to talk about those a little bit later. If you're going for underwater basket weaving, you don't necessarily need a degree, guys. Like, if you're going for general business, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't have a business degree, but I make more money than 99% of the business professors out there, okay? Everything that I learned as far as business goes, I learned on the fly, and I just became successful with it. Now, I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen for you, but what I'm saying is you don't necessarily need a college education, and we're gonna talk about why right now. I know a lot of college dropouts as well as a few high school dropouts that were pretty successful and didn't have any form of education whatsoever. Case in point, my boy 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏. The dude is a high school dropout and he's making bank. He's just fine in the e-commerce world. Didn't need a degree for it. Didn't need a high school diploma for it. Now, I'm not saying you should drop out of school, drop out of high school, drop out of college, drop out of trade school or whatever. I'm saying it's not necessary depending on what you want to do. Okay, now let's first talk about this myth that you don't need an education to work at like Google and Apple and all that, because most of the people saying that crap are not college educated and they've never worked at a Fortune 500 company. I have, all right? And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, like, yeah, Google and Microsoft and a few other companies, they don't require a degree to get into an entry-level position like mail clerk, secretary, something like that. But you can bet your sweet ass, if you want to be a top tier engineer, you need to have at minimum, a Bachelor of Science. Probably an advanced degree if you ever want to get to that top tier where you're lead engineer on a project. You're not just going to come in there and be like, yo, I went to Code Academy and I want to be the top tier engineer. It's just not going to happen. Now with experience, yes, you can kind of supplement the lack of a college education with that in order to get to the next level. But guys, like, do not believe these dudes. Just because they read it in a newspaper does not mean it's true. I have interviewed tons of people on projects and I'm like, yo, my man, like, you went to, code camp and it works, but you don't have all the theory behind what we need to build out this project. So therefore you're not going to be a good fit. Okay, and it doesn't mean that they don't have the aptitude to learn it. It just means at that level, we need something more specific. And typically when you are in a major university, those programs are kind of catered to give you a wide breadth of knowledge and not something so specific as like a code camp where they're like, you're gonna learn Java, HTML, go. All right, so, keep that in mind. Now, all the other things though, like I said, with general business, you don't need a degree for that. You can be just fine if you want to open a business without a business degree. If you want to be a lawyer, you need to go get a JD, which is a Juris Doctorate. Now, there are some professions like psychology, okay? And liberal arts and all that, like, it's a very, very touchy subject because people are probably going to get animated. So if you're going to get triggered by me saying this, you might want to shut this video off right now. But if you want to really advance with like a psychology degree, you need a PsyD, all right? Like, let's just be real here. You're not going to go get an undergrad in psychology and make a ton of freaking money as a therapist. You're going to be making 35, 40K a year in most cases, and you're going to be at the bottom of the ladder until you get a more advanced degree that shows, hey, I'm dedicated and can start helping people. You know, it really sucks. All right, I'm sorry, but it sucks. Most liberal art degrees, you're going to need an advanced degree in order to make up in the world. Okay, really sucks. Really sucks. But like I said, please don't listen to these guys on YouTube and all this that read these little articles. Google's no longer requiring that you have a college education. Yeah, to be a secretary. But guess what? I got recruited by Google. All right, they hit me up on LinkedIn. It was like, hey, we like your your wide breadth of knowledge. We like your work experience. Would you like to come in for an interview? There was a 5-panel interview, guys, in all these different areas that I would have never known if I hadn't gone to college and got a college education. They are brutal on their engineers. Okay, if you think you're gonna get in and be a level 2, 3, 4, engineer with no college education, you're gonna be a 1 in a million shot. Good luck, right? But it is what it is. So now we're gonna start talking about all the intangibles that you may or may not get at college. Let's go. So now with these intangibles of college life. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, oh, college is just used for partying and people are dumb and they just waste an opportunity. And most people with college degrees don't even work in their career field. If you got a STEM degree, you're probably gonna be working in the field, all right? But there's a lot of things that come along with college that you may not realize. Case in point, oh snap, motorcycle. But case in point, networking, guys. Like, I went to Penn State. Penn State has the largest alumni network on the planet. Chances are anywhere you go in Pennsylvania, somebody has been to Penn State or a satellite campus, is graduated from there, and you're going to be working with them. Okay, and when you're networking in college, you're meeting a lot of people that you normally would not have the opportunity to interact with. There's going to be people in all different sizes, shapes, colors, shades, demographics, ethnicities, the whole nine. And some of these people are going to come from backgrounds that are way different than yours, but you guys will bond over a common theme of trying to get the hell out of there. All right, and you can use those relationships to leverage like internships or business opportunities. If you find a really good mentor like I did, Professor Oaks, thank you so much. I will forever, ever be in your debt. He helped me out by helping me get my first internships, helping me graduate early, the whole nine, guys. Like, how many people are going to graduate from a STEM program in less than 3 years? All right, a 4-year degree in less than 3 years. I would have never been able to do it without him, but because I networked and I was there, I was constantly talking to him. He was able to see that I wanted it more than the next person, and he helped me get to where I am today. And you can do the same thing, guys. Like, college isn't just for partying, college is for networking, and there's going to be some doors you can't open unless you go to a certain university, like Ivy League schools. A lot of people go, oh, Ivy League is dumb. Guess what? Harvard, Princeton, UPenn, all right, these colleges can help you. Okay, they can get your foot in the door in places that you never could. There's another motorcycle that drove by. But you guys won't be able to have some of these conversations at the high table because you won't even know where the high table is or who the high rollers are. Okay, so you need to think about that when you're going to a university. Don't pick a college because you're like, oh, it has this marine biology program. Like, no offense, but hardly anyone really makes any money with marine biology. And it's just, no. Okay, go to college, make good use of it. I'm not saying you're gonna come out of college with this piece of paper, you're gonna make $100 million. What I'm saying is there's a lot of things that college provides. It provides a safe space for you to grow and mature as a person, as a young adult. It can help you learn responsibility. So for you, lazy fucks that don't wake up until freaking 3 in the afternoon every day, you stay up all night playing Madden, drinking and smoking weed. Guess what? Not every class is going to start at 3 o'clock. So you're going to have to wake your ass up in the morning on some of them. You might have a gen ed class that you have to take before graduation, and it's only at 8 a.m. Well, congratulations. Now you got to wake up and get to class at 8 a.m. That's just what it is. Okay, so also you got to look at where a lot of major companies pull from. Okay, it's going to be very difficult for like a Joe Schmo off the street who has no formal training to go intern at Google, go intern at Apple, go intern at Microsoft. They pull the biggest, the best, and the brightest students from some of the biggest universities out there. Okay, if you're going to some rinky-dink hole in the wall, you might not have that opportunity. So you need to realize college is more than just this is what I want to do on a getaway and get away from my parents and live my own life. No, trust me. There's a lot of intangibles that come along with it. So think about that, all right? Think about that in the future because, yeah, your net worth is made up of your network, but if you got a pretty shitty network, then your net worth isn't going to be that high anyway, all right? So let's go ahead, let's wrap this up. So hopefully you can make some good decisions about your future. Before you crucify me, be like, you should go to college, you shouldn't go to college, you don't need to go to college, all this stuff. Just understand that this is, from my perspective and from what I've seen in industry, if you're not a college graduate, like, don't tell people what college is like because you don't know. All right, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, you don't know. All right, and for the people who are college graduates, like myself, don't condemn people for not going to college thinking that you're better than they are, okay? Because there's plenty of high school dropouts whooping your shiny ass degreed ass, all right? They're just destroying you. My friends don't have educations and they make millions, all right? Millions. My boy Q Banks, you guys look him up on Instagram, Q Banks. My dude was working at Target 5 years ago. He drives an Aventador SV, he has a Ferrari Pisa, he has an M3, he has an RS5. My boy, big old Matt Gambrell. My man's making millions. Mr. Lamborghini, Matt himself with the Mattmobile. Love you. Mwah. All right, so please don't be a dickhead if you have a college education and be like, oh, you're fucking dumb for not going to college, because that's not true. And for you people who have not gone to college, don't have any kind of formal education, don't sit there and say, oh, college was a waste, blah, 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 blah. Because truthfully, most of the people working at Apple and Google, most of the engineers are making way more money than you're gonna make it with a Shopify store. All right, let's just be real here. Like, it's the truth. It is the truth, okay? So you have to pick what is right for you. College might be right for you. College might not be right for you. A trade school might be right for you, might not be right, whatever, okay? Just do something. If you want to be a plumber, go get a trade. You don't need to go to college for that. And being a plumber can net you a lot of cash flow so you can open up a business of your own. You can start your own plumbing company and not work for somebody else, okay? So, that being said, guys, make sure you like if you haven't done so already. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know your thoughts so we can get into a Twitter finger battle. And yeah, be safe, be smart. Check out the links in the description. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.